Hey, what's up guys, it's WildGrizz here, bringing you guys another build and tune for Forza 6. This is the Ferrari 360 Stradale, or the Challenge Stradale. And I'm currently using this for the Grand Touring Exotic GT race in career mode. It is an S-Class, so hope you guys enjoy this build. It came out really good. So if you guys can leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, help me out a lot. So thank you guys, and let's get right into it. Alright, so here we are in the upgrade shop as always. We're going to start with the conversion and let's get right into it. So for the engine swap, we left it stock. Drivetrain, stock. And for the aspiration, I went with the positive displacement supercharge, which we'll be upgrading later in that engine. So for the engine, I added a few things actually, just because there was a lot of space for me to actually upgrade in the car. So for the air filter, I went with a race intake, fuel system, race fuel system. For the ignition, a race ignition, exhaust, a race exhaust. For the camshaft, I left that stock. Valves, a race valves. Displacement, a stock displacement. Pistons and compression, stock. For the supercharge, I went with the race supercharge. I was originally gonna go with sport, but I had enough, so I thought why not go with the positive race. And for the intercooling, stock, and oil and cooling stock as well. And I believe I went with, a race flywheel. It came out a little bit slow on that torque, good horsepower, but other than that, it does actually do pretty well. Probably not as good as the F50, but it's still a really good car. Alright, for the platform and handling, I went with race roll bars for both front and rear. For the chassis, I left it stock, and I did add a weight reduction. That'll be the race. For the drivetrain, I was surprised that it actually came with race brakes, so it doesn't even give us that option, but it's already installed in there, which is pretty nice. So I did go with the race transmission. Driveline, race, and of course a race differential. For the tires and rims, I actually had a lot room to upgrade in this car, which was pretty good, so I went ahead and added everything. So I went with a race tire compound. For the front, I went with a 255. And for rear, I actually maxed it out at 345, sorry. Rims, up to you. You can add whatever you prefer. I went with a Profile 5S for the fix. Rim size, I left it stock. They're 19-inch stock, so I thought those were perfect. And of course, for the aero and appearance, I did go with the race front bumper and wing. So that is for the upgrades. Got to put a lot into the car actually, which is pretty nice. Usually I don't get to add that much engine into it, but it had a lot of room for me to do it. So that is the upgrades for the car. Let's get right into the tune. Alright, so here we are at the tuning setup. As you can see, our overall is a 3.3 for the 0-60, and our overall is a 198 for the top speed. Could have sworn I had a 199, but that's fine, it's only 0.2 off. For the tire pressure, I went with a 30.5 front and a 29.5 rear. As always, gearing is up to you guys. I pretty much left the gears stock. I just died down the final drive a little bit there by 30 or 20 points, I believe. So a race transmission wasn't really necessary for me, but I just added it anyway. For the alignment, I did drop the camber just a little bit, not too much. For the toe, I found that 0.3 and negative 0.7 was actually pretty good if you want to do a little bit tighter corners. But I mean, the 0.1 with the negative 0.2 worked out just as fine. So you can change that however you want as well. And of course the front caster at the 5.4. For the roll bars, I did just drop it just a little bit. They were just fine the way they were. Springs as well. Springs were actually pretty good stock. I think I dropped them a little bit or increased them. And for the ride height, I did drop them a little bit. I didn't want them too high in there. If you do feel that the car is a little bit bouncy, you can up them a little bit. For the damping, I went with the pretty much stock, I believe. Besides the bump stiffness, I did dial them down a bit. For the aero, I went ahead and just maxed out both front and rear, which is the bumper and wing. Give us that good downforce when cornering. For the brakes, of course, up to you guys preference wise. I did go with the 60 balance with the 113 pressure. If you think it brakes a little bit too slow, then go ahead and up that pressure. Of course, I'm doing this just because I don't use ABS. I have my ABS off. So for those of you who have it on, I mean, it won't really apply to you as much. And for the differentials, I went with the 6136. And this is all preference wise as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and change that, go ahead. So guys, that is the build and tune for the 360 Stradale, the Ferrari S-Class there. Hope you guys enjoy it. It came out really good in my opinion. Of course, if you guys have any suggestions in other cars, please let me know. If you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't. It helps me a lot. And leave a like, lets me know what you guys think of it. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one.